Alright, what's up, guys? And today we are going to talk about someone that I really hate. Someone that gets under my skin so much that I've already made a video about him. I've already made a video about all these other dumbasses. And I gotta do it again. What's up, people? It's Peter Sonic, and I'm back once again. Today we're going to talk about what are possibly my least favorite Pokemon. I never made a video, but I pretty much guarantee half of you my following probably thought, oh, Donald Trump. Nope, not about him today. For once, he's not made any stupid remarks as far as I know of right now. Maybe he has. Fine, if you want me to do something about Donald Trump, I'll say this. The world hates us. Yes, I'm telling you right now. The world, if we elect Donald Trump, I guess our allies are like, fuck America. Why? I don't know. I guess they just don't like him. Surprising. Not at all. Anyway, let's talk about my least favorite Pokemon. Starting off this list at number 10, well, it has to be the Pokemon Girafarig. Now, Girafarig does not make it onto a lot of top 10 lists, but that's just because Girafarig, there's nothing special about Girafarig to me. And this is my personally favorite. Trust me, I'll do like a top 10 worst stat-wise in a different video, but as of right now, this is just my personal least favorite. But I really hate Girafarig because it's just kind of a boring Pokemon. If it really has a cool thing about it where you can spell its name backwards, but it doesn't have a cool factor. Like, Girafarig's just, I don't know, it doesn't have good stats, doesn't get that good of moves, and it just, overall, the design doesn't look as cool to me as it once did when I was a kid. But, you know, that's fine and all. I mean, it can be that way. I just don't want a Pokemon that's kind of absolutely boring. If I had to choose, anyway. Anyway, not about Girafarig anymore, so let's try this. Number 9. And I don't know if a lot of you saw this coming, but Magikarp. What? You're like, well, how is Magikarp not number 1? I know this is not about stats, but Magikarp he still sucks regardless. That's the point. If this is like your first time playing Pokemon, then of course Magikarp's gonna be your number 1. If you're like me, you've played it for like, I don't know, maybe 5 years at this point. He's not as much as he's more of a running gag as he is more than a bad Pokemon, really. So that's pretty much why. I mean, obviously Magikarp sucks. He can't even really attack. He has bad speed. Splash is like his main move, is what he's known for. Even though he does have like tackle and bounce, which aren't really, what are they, like? Bounce is not even an okay move in my own opinion for Magikarp because he has like very low attack. Even though Bounce has like a good, 60 base power, Magikarp has horrible attack. You can't teach him TMs. So yeah, Magikarp just all around sucks. Number 8. Number 8 is kind of hard for me because I like to say most of the baby Pokemon. I hate baby Pokemon. They give me this dumb feeling that they were never even supposed to be a thing. But at the last minute in Generation 4, they just add them in there just to make more Pokemon. I really hate baby Pokemon. Their stats are garbage. And just to evolve these things into the Pokemon that we already know is a painful chore. I hate having to, either get max friendship or, I don't know, get to like a huge level. All these things suck. I hate baby Pokemon such as Elekid. Elekid and Magmy are okay. And they really should have just been evolutions, pre-stage evolutions instead of being babies. Anyway, particular baby Pokemon I hate are like, I can't even remember. I think it's like Chingchao or whatever, the one that the pre-evolution of Chimecho. I hate that one. It's nothing but a useless Chimecho thing. I don't even like Chimecho. Anyway, I also hate freaking Piachu. He's gotta be like one of the worst Pokemon out there. His stats are arbitrary. He just can't. I mean, you could probably just look at Piachu wrong and he'd faint. Number 7. Number 7 for me is the Reggies. Now I know what you're thinking. How on earth could legendaries make it onto this list? As I said, it's not about stats, not about anything like that. Although the Reggies, even stat-wise, probably aren't the greatest legendary Pokemon out there. But I really hate how the Reggies have nothing going about them anymore. Back in the old games, they were, they had this cool little unique thing about them. But the one thing I really hate about the Reggies is the fact that they are such a chore to get to. Especially if you have not. Let's say this is your. Let's take this back to 2003. Well, actually, no. Let's go to 2008 when I first played, Ruby and Sapphire, and I was just getting into Pokemon. Little old Peter Sonic, playing his little, DS, not the 3DS, but the regular DS. Back in 2008, playing some Pokemon Sapphire. Beat the game. Had nothing to do but catch the Reggies. But he didn't know how. He didn't know how people had all these weird golem-like Pokemon. But Peter Sonic realized that these weird golem Pokemon even weren't that strong, so he began to question whether it was worth it. So he went to have a good old chat with the internet. His friend did not know how to get the Reggies either, so they went and looked it up. Peter Sonic and said friend came back and realized it was just a chore. They did it anyway because, completionist. But at the end of the day, they didn't feel like it was worth it anyway, because the Reggies just suck. I hate how you have to go uncoding Braille if you don't have a freaking... Good luck if you don't have the internet or a freaking guide, then you're never going to uncode that Braille. Oh yeah, what does this Braille say? Obviously, ... means use cut against the wall, or wait 2 minutes. Again, the Reggies are the example of trying too hard. And if you were going to make us go through all this trouble to get these Pokemon, they should have been way more worth it, in my own opinion. This is like a Pokemon that you should have done this for, like Arceus. Instead of having him be an event legendary. I would have much rather have this for something like Arceus. Arceus at least would be worth it. You could have maybe, even in the newer games with like Mega Rayquaza, something that would actually be worth it, to go through all that much trouble. And use all those HMs. And use all that Braille decoding. And just waste like pretty much 5 hours of your time looking it up on the internet, making sure you do every little thing correctly. Gosh, it's so annoying. And that doesn't even help that those Reggies are all across Hoenn. Number 6. I used to really love this Pokemon until, my Generation 1 kind of nostalgia factor kind of wore off after a while. Number 6 goes to Geodude. Again, it's not that I hate Geodude stat-wise or competitive-wise, even though, rock and ground is not the best combination with the 4 times weak to grass, water, and, being weak to fighting, being weak to steel, well, not being a, neutral to steel, like, all these, like, steel, the reason I say steel, because steel types is being more common now because of fairy types and stuff. But Geodude's typing, ground and rock, I want to see that typing not be in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't want to see that same old boring ground and rock type that you just knock out with water gun or something. That gets really annoying and too old real quick. Give us like a good ground type that's not 4 times weak to water. Like, give us a ground, would be really cool. Something like, not a ground grass type. Don't give me a ground grass type. Well, that would eliminate a lot of grass weaknesses. The only thing it would be really weak to is ice and flying. For what it's worth. But give us like a good, awesome ground type. Like, maybe ground electric, something cool like that. Give us something, that's actually very awesome. Like Primal Groudon, give us something like that where it's ground fire, but has an awesome ability that eliminates water and stuff. Give us something like that. I don't want to see another rock ground type that's lazily designed, because Geodude's lazily designed just like a rock, and just gets knocked out by water gun. But when you have him on your team, he's pretty good. It's just, Geodude's a lazy designed Pokemon, and I really hate it. You really look at the Generation 1 designs, and you might say they're simple, and that's what makes them good, but at the same time, some of them are just too simple, and you just never really like. It's like Geodude. He's just a rock with arms and eyes. Like, anyone can draw that. That's not really simple, that's just being lazy. Number 5. Number 5 kind of goes to roaming Pokemon. I hate roaming Pokemon. And boy, there's no two Pokemon that hold this dubious title better than Entei and Raikou. Jeez, did I have a bad time playing Pokemon Gold and Silver when it came to catching the legendaries. Not only did I have to trade and find one of my friends. Me and my friends had to trade a lot just to get Rayquaza. Not only did I have to do a lot just to get Mewtwo, the legendary birds, Lugia, Ho-Oh. List goes on and on. But when it came to Raikou and Entei and Latios, or Latias, it was so hard. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to do it. Going all across Kanto for Latias was just enough trouble. But then going all across fucking Johto for Raikou and Entei, this was the most troublesome thing I've ever done. It took me, I think, at least a total of a week to get those, and that's not even counting like days where I didn't play the game. So, oh, you can imagine when I was like, oh my goodness, this is just not worth it. But it was. Entei and Raikou back then were pretty sweet. If you could get the right nature on them. Number 4. Number 4 goes out to another Pokemon that used to be very special in my heart. But until my older Pokemon, like, oh, the older Pokemon is way better, kind of wore off. Ariados. Again, I like the simplicity of like a Pokemon based off of a spider. But at the same time, I think Ariados not only is simplicity, but it sucks. Like, Ariados stat-wise, I mean, I like the design. It's pretty cool, you know, spider Pokemon. Although I think Garvantula's design looks way better. Tarantula beats spider any day. Anyway, but Ariados just sucks. It's weak. It's a bug poison type, so doesn't even get that great of coverage. And all around, it's hard to like Ariados. Its stats are weak, its defenses suck. It can be beat by anything. But that's enough ranting about Ariados. Number 2. Number 2 has to be Magnemite. I know. I love Magnezone, and I kind of like Magneton, but I hate Magnemite. It's just a magnet with an eye. Ooh, so special. What a well-designed Pokemon. Even though I can draw that myself and be like, what the hell? The same thing. I also just don't like Magnemite in general. I don't like how it doesn't have any... It should get the ability to levitate. Anyway, Magnemite's slow. It's not really great competitively, and I'm a competitive battler, so I don't really like using it all too much. But, you know, if I'm playing through the storyline, I might catch myself using a Magnemite just to evolve into a Magnezone and get myself a sweet Pokemon. Anyway, number 1. Unknown. No, literally, if you don't know, there is a Pokemon called Unknown. I hate Unknown with a passion. You know, the games and the movies hype this up to be like the older games and the older movies hype this thing up to be like some big badass legendary that might come together and make this awesome Pokemon called Unknown Z. Unknown Z confirmed, right? No. Anyway, that's what I really hate about Unknown. They hyped it up so much, full of wasted potential. And even in the Sinnoh movies, they show like Arceus maybe shaping, like, it shows like that Arceus may have created the Pokemon world with the power of the unknown. So these Pokemon have the power to distort reality and all that, but yet their stats in battle just suck. Literally, Unknown stats suck. But you want to know why they call it Unknown? Because as soon as you catch one, you'll want to unown it. Yeah. Okay. I can't even make that one work. I got that one from the JT Wiz, by the way. You should go check out his channel. Makes fabulous Pokemon content. Anyway, I am Peter Sonic. God blesses. And Pokemon. And everything else. And I'm out.